What is going on, you guys? It is your man Morgan Man. Thank you so much for tuning back into yet another episode of Falcon Friday right here on the Morgan Man Sports Podcast. Guys, we are talking about 4 positions that the Atlanta Falcons need to focus on here in the 2021 NFL Draft. So without any further delay, let's go and get straight into it. Alright guys, so coming in at number 1 is the offensive line. More specifically, the offensive tackle from Oregon, Penny Swell. Yes guys, this dude is a beast. I would absolutely love to have him in a Falcons uniform. Like, seriously, this dude can guard, he can block, he can, make, defensive linemen's, days very bad for him, because, they're trying to get past this freaking dude, and they can, because he is just that damn good. And great hand positions, everything. All the draft prospects, like coaches and scouts, they absolutely love him. So I would actually like to have him in a Falcons uniform to protect Matt Ryan, and he would be a great addition with Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry, Matt Hennessy, every one of them, because this offensive line will be very young. And, young offensive linemen tend to do better than older offensive linemen. Of course, now I know Alex Mack, is a 49er now, but hey, with him being, I believe 36, he was still putting, a lot of high quality effort into his position, and he was doing a fantastic job. But Matt Hennessy needs to step in that role and really just outshine Alex Mack this season, which we'll actually get to see Alex Mack later in the season, if I'm not mistaken. Or, well, we actually don't know when that's going to be, but we will obviously see Alex Mack in that 49er uniform this season, whenever it comes to us facing the 49ers at Levi Stadium, I think it is. But anyways, moving on, number 2 is edge rusher. The lack of equality, the lack of quality edge rusher has been the Achilles heel of this Atlanta Falcons defense for quite some time. The Falcons attempted to address this back in 2015 and 2017 when they signed Vic Beasley and Takk McKinley from the NFL draft, and they're gone. I mean, they're gone. They didn't fit no more in the system of Dan Quinn or Raheem Morris. None of that. And they're gone. Vic Beasley, I don't think, is signed with another team. Takk McKinley's getting a shot with the Bengals right now. Or, no, I'm sorry, the Browns. I'm thinking Ricardo Allen here. But, yes, he's getting a shot with the Browns. So, maybe he can, do something there with the Browns. So yes, edge rusher is definitely something that we needed for quite some time. The Falcons could look to free agency due to there not being a standout option in this year's draft. However, in order to get a game record on that side of the ball, the Falcons would be expected to pay a hefty price for an edge rusher this season. And, and if you do get someone in the draft, make sure they are edge rusher number 2 behind Dante Fowler, because if Dante Fowler does not put up the numbers that he's expected to this season, you start your rookie right then and there. I wouldn't care if it's the very first game or the very last game. You start your rookie at that edge position. Coming in at number 3 is the defensive secondary. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. I've been up for a while. The Falcons finished the 2020 NFL season with the worst ranked pass defense. You would think this unit would go nowhere but up, but it could possibly get worse in the 2021 season. So my focus should be cornerback right here, because cornerbacks definitely get you your interceptions, and I know linebackers and all that will get you in safeties, and all that will get you interceptions, but your corners are the most ones that really put in the most work and effort of getting an interception, pretty much. And that's what I want the Falcons to look at this 2021 NFL draft, is another corner to complement AJ Terrell. You get someone that is like an AJ Terrell, or maybe, slightly a little bit better, not too much, because AJ is pretty dang great at his craft. But you get someone like him, this Falcon secondary can be deadly. Debo at the linebacker position, he's going to be great this season under Dean Pease new defense for the Atlanta Falcons. And of course, everybody knows that strong safety Keanu Neal is signed with the Dallas Cowboys, and Ricardo Allen is with the Bengals right now. So we definitely lost a lot of key players like that could have fit well in this defense, but DP's saw otherwise, and say, you know what, I don't need y'all. And finally, coming in at number 4, guys, is the running back position. Todd Gurley, I believe has signed with the Atlanta Falcons for a little bit lower than what he did sign last season. So my thing is here, if you don't get Swell from Oregon, I say you get Najee Harris. I mean, seriously, you get Najee Harris from Alabama, and you work with that. Your offensive line is still great, but if you don't have Swell, then it's okay. But if you have Swell, then it's gonna be even better. Or we could do like what we did in the 2019 NFL draft, and trade up for the first 2 spots in the first round, like 16 and then 31st. We could do something like that. So it's just going to be interesting, but you do have Quadri Olsen this season that is still in the Atlanta Falcons uniform, but what is Arthur Smith going to use him in? But honestly, if we are going to draft a running back, it's got to be Najee Harris. It has got to be Najee Harris for more of that long run game. Use Todd Gurley for the end zone, of course, because Todd Gurley is the end zone king pretty much. He even scored a losing touchdown, for crying out loud, because he wanted to improve his touchdown record. But still, besides all that, if I was to rank this right here, this is my list right here. I would put, honestly, defensive secondary as number 1 main priority. Number 2 would be the offensive line. Number 3 would be the edge rusher. And then number 4 would have to be the running back position. I mean, it's not that important to have a running back when you've got a whole locker room full of running backs. But yeah, your number 1 priority has to be the defensive secondary. And then number 2 would have to be the offensive line. You could flip-flop those around, to whatever your likings are. But that would be my rankings right there of how the Atlanta Falcons should go about this year's 2021 NFL Draft. But guys, that is all the time I have for today's episode of Falcon Friday right here on the Morgan Man Sports Podcast. Hope you liked the video, because it looks clean and crisp because of my new Logitech HD 1080p Stream Pro webcam that I just bought here recently. I've been messing around with a lot of settings. Oh my gosh. I should have vlogged the entire freaking thing. But still, regardless of it, I'm recording now back on YouTube. And I'm just proud to be back on the YouTube version, but of course there will still be audio right here, ladies and gentlemen, so do not fear about that. But guys, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like button here on YouTube and share around on the streaming platforms. I'm on just near about any given platform that you could think: Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, all that. So until then, I'm Morgan. We'll catch you all later. Peace.